Hi, you're watching Hotline with Cameron Bagg. We're live in the studio tonight. My guest, Glenda Foster, has been whipping up some brew. Glenda Foster is here. She is a Wicca reverend.
Yes.
I need you to explain how you can become a Wicca reverend tonight, and maybe where it all started for you. This is pretty cool. This is very nice. I'm not going to die from this. There's no wicked spells or anything?
No. As I say, the cauldron is for abundance and that new beginnings, and yeah.
So all these things we read about cauldrons and witches and toil and trouble, that now it symbolizes abundance.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. As they say, is that you'll never go hungry. That there's always abundance. So it's abundance and wealth is what they say with the cauldron.
Okay.
Yes.
Very nice. Well, if anybody has a question for Glenda or myself, you can call us live tonight locally in Peterborough at 705-742-8255, or outside of the Peterborough area, you can call us toll free at 1-866-483-3301. Please call in. You've got a Wicca reverend here. I'm here to always take your ghost calls. If you have calls for help, or if you have any questions on the paranormal, we're going to show some photographs of some orbs. One I call my demon orb, and that'll be coming up after the break. But we're going to get into some talk about Wicca, and you're psychic as well.
Yes.
So I think they go hand in hand, really, doesn't it?
Most definitely.
So now you're a Wicca reverend.
Yes.
Where does it begin for you? Like how did you start, perhaps, or were you always born as a psychic, or how did you develop your abilities? That's what I'm always curious about.
I was pretty well born with it, and that I know as you're growing up, you always hear people saying to you, don't really talk about any of this stuff, but as a little girl, that with astral traveling or seeing different things, and that is that the biggest thing that I can say to anybody is never say to your children or to anyone that to talk it down or make you think that you're crazy. It's something that should always be developed, because it's part of your personal well-being. It's your search for self, as they say. That's what the whole of it is. That with myself is that I've always been reading, I've always been searching. I happened to come across a school that's now based out of Salem, Massachusetts. It's the witch school, and that sort of on and off for 10 years through that school. I've done a lot of study. And I guess I'm my second level, I guess, Krellian Wicca. And it's been incredibly interesting, most definitely. I guess what really got me going a lot too is that I'm also with the Rosicrucian order, which is ancient mysticism and advanced esoteric studies. Is that with Gerald Gardner, who was a Knights Templar. He was the one that originally put the name Wicca onto it, and the whole of it is just becoming aware of energies, becoming aware of energies and everything that's with you, around you, the animals, plants. It's quite incredible, because the more that you learn, then you start to learn an awful lot about yourself.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
I agree. Now, looking at, say, the hierarchy of Wicca, for example, you're at Reverend stage. Now, I know I've been doing a lot of reading on witchcraft myself, and there's a great book here I'm reading right now called The Temple of the High Witchcraft, and it's been great. So there's differences in magic or witchcraft, perhaps. There's practical magic. Do you look at what you folks do in the Wicca realm as magic, practical magic, higher magic? Is there any distinction there?
Magic is working with energy. It's your focus and your intent. And that, as they always say, always be careful of what you think. Is that because you're trying to create balance and harmony in all that you do. As they're saying, is that there's the light side and the dark side of a person, and then there's the other line. that, as they say, it's your will. So it's your will if you do, and your will if you don't. So it's all about balance. So pretty well with your intent. So that.
I think that ties in with you know, the quantum wish list. It's all about your intent. So you think about what you want, you know, an ideal goal for the future, whether it's career, relationships, and you put your intent into it to make it happen.
Most definitely.
And that's something that's been around for centuries upon centuries, millennia. You know, touching on, I guess, witches and Wicca in the past, they've always been condemned. We wouldn't be having a TV show, you know, a few hundred years ago, or we wouldn't be sitting in the village talking about witchcraft. There was, you know, we went through the times of the burnings, which, you know, brings us up to the Salem witch trials, etc. But a lot of those burnings went on for millennia, as long as people were prophesizing or healing.
Yes, midwives.
Midwives.
Yeah, that was horrible, absolutely horrible. Anybody that did any type of healing, midwifing, that helped you with healing, is that they were damned, most definitely.
Okay. All right, we've got a call coming in from Mark. Good evening, Mark and Lindsay. How can we help you tonight?
Yes. Hello?
Hi, Mark.
Hi.
Hi, you're on.
Oh.
What can we do for you? Do you need a magic potion or spell?
No. Am I on now?
You're on right now, yeah. You're
Am I
live.
talking to these two people?
You're talking to Glenda and Cameron, yes.
Great.
Okay, Mark, we're here in the TV behind you, if you don't mind.
I'm in Lindsay, Ontario.
Okay. Do you have a question for us, or?
Yes, I have several questions, actually.
All right.
Yes, I do.
Okay. If you would like to give us a question, then that would be great.
I live in a plantation house here in Lindsay, and it's 150 years old.
Okay. That's old.
And I moved in 2 years ago.
Okay. Okay. Mark,
And the owners restored it back to its natural.
we're getting some feedback, Mark. Your TV may be on a little too loud.
Okay. Okay, so how do I cut that off?
Can you turn your television down a bit?
All right. Doing it.
Thank you. Can you hear okay, Glenda?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so you've got a 150-year-old plantation home in the Lindsay area, and there was some renovation work done recently.
And
Okay. All right. Well, Mark, we'll see if we can get you back. We somehow lost you. Feel free to call back, though. So we'll see if he calls back, where he was going with that.
Yes.
So what were we talking about before Mark? Really about witchcraft. Now, when I think of witchcraft, like you think of images of the cauldron, I really don't think about that now, and the image of the broom.
Yes.
I brought a broom in tonight.
Yes.
Not to get you doing any cleaning.
No.
Now, what does the broom symbolize?
The broom is the witch's besom, as they say. Is that before doing, I guess in the spring, or it's the intent that with cleaning out all the negative energies of the house when you go through the house. Yeah. And also with turning the broom upside down by the door, it was believed that it would send away all of the negative entity or negative thoughts. So that's what it was pretty well done for, that before doing any ritual work, you clean the area. And as you would do that, you would say different little rituals, I guess, to sort of go along with the cleaning. So it was... Yeah,
then that's been around for ages.
Yes.
And I guess because, you know, as long as people could manufacture brooms, you know, that the witches, I guess, somehow incorporated that. Now, we're talking about rituals, and the more I study on it, there's rituals for everything, it seems.
Absolutely.
And I know there's different trainings. What are some common rituals that you may use in your own life, even not if you're not just to practice witchcraft or Wicca, but are there just good rituals that somebody can introduce into their lives, or rituals that you use?
I guess it's different rituals with different candles, that even going with candles, and that I guess with carving different candles, or using for energy work, is that I use a lot of incense for lifting energy, for raising energy, positive energy. The same with candles, anointing candles, and that whatever it is that you're going through, whatever you're wishing for or asking for, is sort of saying it out to the candle, or writing your question and putting it under the candle. It's different things along that line. I hope I'm making...
I get you.
Yeah,
like I use a lot of incense myself, and say if I've done a house clearing, sometimes I introduce incense at the end of it to help, play around with the energies a bit of a home. And now, just thinking, you've come through, you touched on that when you were very small, you could astral project out of body.
Yes.
Can you describe some of those travels for you? It's always fascinating to me, because to this day I'm constantly trying to have out-of-body experiences. I haven't been able to. I've had some when I was younger that came, that I thought originally were dreams, until I realized they weren't. But I couldn't duplicate them at will. So how does it work for you? Do you still have out-of-body experiences?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But even talking about the witch's broom, is that when they used to say that that the witches, when they would astral travel, is that, I guess they would call it the big ride. Is that I guess as a symbol they would use the broom to fly, but I guess with myself is that with astral traveling from the time I've been very small, is that when you're astral traveling, is that you're holding on to a silver cord. That I've actually gone to different places like the river area. They say you can go back in time to different places where you have been before with past lives, and then to this lifetime. So it's been a lot of symbology that with walking the streets in Paris, being able to tell you everything about the streets, the walls, is my a deja vu that I've had with that, and that traveling through to I guess to see a lot of family that have passed on as well. Is that that's how I always know that I'm the vivid color. Absolute vivid color. They say when you go to astral travel every night that your body always goes into an astral state. So that before you go to bed, it's always putting out your intent, that what you'd like your guides, where you would like them to take you. So before going to sleep, is that it's completely relaxing your body, focusing on your breath, and then allowing yourself before you fall asleep to set your intent where it is that you'd like to go, and then that's usually when they come and they take you.
See, for me, I slipped. I remember I was about probably 17, and I had a few periods of this, and I mistook them for dreams, because I had a few reoccurring ones where I was outside of my house. I didn't see the silver cord though, but I wasn't looking for it. But I thought it was a dream because everything I was observing had a unique color to it. Now, it wasn't like things were more colorful, but it seemed that things were